Well, one thing that was interesting on this panel is that in all three examples of major projects that were discussed, they actually were things which have evolved over decades already, right? And in all instances, it was former railway land. And if you think more broadly, it's oftentimes railway land, port land, land that has been used for one purpose, which actually is underutilized, and it becomes something which actually is an inevitable path for the city to take in growth, right? So in different examples in Tokyo, San Francisco, Milan, that was discussed. What's interesting, though, is to think of it both from a longer term perspective and, of course, short term. And over time, the priorities of cities and needs of cities evolve and change. So we talked about, in the case of San Francisco, Mission Bay, which has been one, if not the major development in San Francisco over the last 25 years, certainly among them, but it's now a place that has over 6,000 housing units and more than 4 million square feet of offices, and both will continue to grow. But in the meantime, the needs of the city change. The affordability, needs have increased dramatically, and of course, climate and sea level rise has come into the picture, so that some of the more recent land to be developed will need elevation, and so it just points towards the notion of long-term redevelopment is not something that's fixed, right? It's organic. It happens over time. It happens over cycles. It happens over phases, and the initial ideas inevitably by the end are somewhat different. Yeah. But that's where the excitement is. Yeah.